Alright, Shalom. All praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah Bashem Makakwadash, the abundance to the elder apostles, and honors and salutations to you, Akim, that's laboring. Shalom to you, few sisters that watch. Alright, Wallace Willis, which is a Gadite, and this man is responsible for creating the song "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot," and the reason why I'm doing this video is because we're at the time where those chariots are getting ready to actually take the elect of the nation of Israel back to the land of Israel. Lord willing, I'm a part of that. So without any further ado, I'm going to click on the song. This man, Wallace Willis of the Choctaw tribe, which is located in Mississippi. But I wanted to get some of the lyrics to this song, if I could find them real quick. Here we go. Alright, here are the lyrics to the song. It says, "Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home." Now, I'm going to pause it right there because that's really all I need to read. Because I have an example, of the prophet Elijah being carried home by a chariot. Alright, which the so-called white man calls UFOs, but they're really just chariots of the Lord. They're also known as chariots of Israel as well. 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 1. And it came to pass when Yahweh Bashem Shai would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal. And Elijah said unto Elisha, "Tarry here, I pray thee, for Yahweh had sent me to Bethel." Excuse me. And Elisha said unto him, "As Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee." So they went down to Bethel. And the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha and said unto him, "Knowest thou that Yahweh will take away thy master from thy head today?" And he said, "Yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace." And Elijah said unto him, "Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for Yahweh has sent me to Jericho." And he said, "As Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee." So they came to Jericho, and the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha and said to him, excuse me. It says, and the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha and said to him, Knowest thou that Yahweh will take away thy master from thy head today?" And he said, "Yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace." And Elijah said unto him, "Tarry, I pray thee here, for Yahweh has sent me to Jordan." And he said, "As Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee." And they went and they too went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they too stood by Jordan. Now you notice they mentioned Jordan in the song, because Jordan pertains to the land of Israel. Because how can a so-called North American Indian, how would he know about the River Jordan, all right? Or how would he even think to have it on his mind? Well, the fact of the matter is that they're the tribe of Gad, all right? And it's always in our spirits, to think upon, the land of Israel, because that's where we belong. That's where that land is attached to us. Though we're across these waters, and been removed from our land for so long, still, the remembrance of Israel, all right, is still within us. Matter of fact, I'll grab his precept after I'm done with this precept, because it goes hand in hand with that, Matter of fact, let me jump over and grab it since I mentioned it, because no, not this one. Here we go. The book of Psalms 137 and verse 1, it says, "By the rivers of Babylon there we sat down, yea, we wept when we remembered Zion." And that's one of the main things, we did in hardcore captivity. We would sing songs because we would mourn, over not being in Zion or the land of Israel, because slavery is a harsh thing, So songs that came from slavery was, songs basically weeping, wanting to go home, which is to the land of Israel. Verse 2 it says, "We hanged our harps upon the willows in the midst thereof. For there they that carried us away captive required of us a song, and they that wasted us required of us mirth, saying, Sing us one of those songs of Zion." And that's why even in this language, this language we speak right now, primarily English, all the spiritual songs come from, from so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. We came up with these songs, as a way to basically ease our minds and spirits. All right. So that's basically what Wallace Willis was doing when he was singing that song. All right. Let's go back to 2 Kings. Yeah, that's pretty much what he was doing. He was wishing that he was basically wishing or hoping that the chariots would come and take him back to the land of Israel. All right. Back in 2 Kings 2, I'm at verse 6. "And Elijah said unto him, Tarry, I pray thee here, for Yahweh has sent me to Jordan. And he said, As Yahweh liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they two went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went and stood to view afar off, and they two stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle and wrapped it together, and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry land. And it came to pass, when they were going over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, Ask what I shall do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. Which was a blessing too, to ask for. Alright. Verse 10, and he said, Thou hast asked a hard thing, nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass as they went on, excuse me. And it came to pass as they still went on and talked, that behold, there appeared a chariot of fire and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. Now that's the chariot, That's the chariot, the so-called UFO, if you will. Took Elijah up into heaven. All right. And this is the same thing that Wallace Willis wanted to happen, but it wasn't time yet. It wasn't time for that to happen. I'm sure he's back now. Wallace Willis. I'm sure he's back, but we're in that time now where the destruction of Esau society is at hand, and we're going to go back to the land of Israel by way of the chariots. All right. The scriptures refer to it as the strangeness of our salvation. It was in Solomon chapter 5, starting at verse 1. It says, Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Yeah, because people look at us and they hear us prophesying and teaching and what have you. Excuse me. And they think of us as crazy men. They think that the things we speak of, is far-fetched. All right. But when they see things come to pass more and more, all right, concerning prophecy, then, people stop and consider, especially our people. And they stop and consider, like, man, those men were speaking about this, speaking about that, because whether you like it or not, prophecy will come to pass. All right. And the chariots are going to appear. All right. Yahweh Shah, when they say he coming back with clouds, oh, behold, he coming with clouds. Those clouds are metaphors for the chariots. All right. He's not literally going to come back, with clouds like the Dragon Ball Z character Goku in the movie, Dragon Ball Z movie or something like that. No, it's talking about actual so-called UFOs. Because even he himself, Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus, he was taken up in the chariot, all right, into heaven. All right, in the same way he's going to return back. All right, his second coming, when he come back on that massive chariot. All right. So the chariots are real, very real. They throughout history, throughout famous paintings, and all that. All right. This is the book of Zechariah chapter 5, verse 1. It says, Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For every one that stood it shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and every one that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, saith Yahweh of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of the house of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. It was talking about that, the concentrated fire that come out of the chariots, laser beams, if you will. All right, in the house of the thief, Esau is the thief. All right, everything he got it by robbery. All right, it tells you that this place is full of lies and robbery. But the chariots play an important role in prophecy. All right, and very, very much so that even the elect is going to be taken up in the chariots. All right, the so-called UFOs, if you will. All right, you're going to see, Lord willing, all of us true believers in Yahweh Shem Yahushua beamed up, all right, or so-called abducted, all right, on these so-called UFOs. And we're going to go back to the land of Israel, all right, and then people will be, looking out with amazement in the skies when they see it happening, So, Wallace Willis, hope, of the chariot taking them home, that's real close. That's real close. We're living in that time. All right. And with that, I want to say, Lord willing, it was edifying. I didn't want to make it a long, drawn-out video. I'm still trying to muster up some strength from the sickness I'm just getting over. But Lord willing, it was edifying to those of you that may have tuned in. Until next time, I say shalom.